Good afternoon and welcome to my channel in this incredibly baking hot summer. I think they said it was something like 33 degrees today, and I don't know where you are. London is insane. Yesterday was raining, today it's blazing. We just never know what we get, which is sometimes so hard because you don't know what to wear. You have to wait until, I don't know, because sometimes even the weather people don't always get it right, but they did today. So even though I'm wearing kind of like a knitted top, it's not really that hot, but maybe I should go back and change into a sleeveless top. But that's not what you're here about. You're not here to hear about what I'm wearing. You're here to hear my conversation around identity. And why did I decide to do this? I decided to do this based on yesterday's conversation around what that person was saying about who they are, which prompted me to put out a conversation about me being comfortable in who I am. But I also want to talk about, how identity really shapes who we are. My whole purpose in life really is to help people be comfortable with who they are, but also to remember that that's something that's very malleable. Who you are is not a concrete thing. Where you came from has got nothing to do with where you end up or who you choose to be. That is a very individual thing. I'll say that again. Where you come from has nothing to do with who you become. Who you become is a very individual and personal thing. And it is based on all of these messages that you're constantly getting, subliminal or otherwise. Are you spending your time watching YouTube videos from channels that are not inspiring, from channels that are focused on celebrity culture and what is popular? Are you that kind of person? Because if that's where you're going, that is who you become. If that's your pathway and that's something that you're excited about and you're working towards. I think slightly different. And that's why it's so important for me that people, women, men really learn that life is not about where you started, and it's more about what your choice is. And your choice will evolve daily based on what you are listening to, what you are watching, who you're paying attention to, who your friends are, and how much work you're doing towards unpacking all of that stuff that has been fed at you since childhood, by your friends, by society, by teachers, by workspaces, by people that we're constantly watching and following, by television, by Hollywood and Bollywood and Nollywood and all of those words, right? It's so important that you learn to change and define yourself based on who you want to be. Yes, you can change who you are. It is absolutely possible. And yes, you have to do a lot of work. And that work mainly comes in form of meditation, being careful about who you hang out with, writing and journaling, and getting the right coaching. Although you don't always need a coach. I don't think that you definitely necessarily need a coach. If you need them, they're out there in abundance. If you need training, it's out there in abundance. But I feel that if you, as the saying goes, that most people know that are close to me, is a very, very popular thing I say all the time. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. And that can come in any form. My teachers tend to be people that have been gone a long time ago, which means books are where I find a lot of my teachers. Sometimes it's on video programs that are extremely old, but mainly the path has opened for me as I've stepped out by defining, first of all, that I am not, first of all, this body. Like, this is just something that helps me move in this world, right? But I am who I choose to be. Now, you may see me as something different, and that's a whole different ballgame. I know I'm kind of, sort of touching a lot of stuff and subjects right now. And hopefully if you stick around, I will unpack it a bit more. But your identity really, really matters. And it defines who you are and who you become and how you do things. So you can learn to move in a way that is so powerful because you know who you are. And it doesn't matter what other people think or see or say about you, because ultimately what truly, truly matters is who you are, think you are, and therefore how you react towards life. You are not your body. This is a vehicle that you have to help you achieve certain goals and outcomes. Do you know what these goals are? Do you know where you're going? Are you focused on getting there? I'm not going to talk too much about it, but your identity absolutely matters, and not in a way that you think mainly mainstream things. You obviously think differently, which is why you're here. But it's not about how most people think about identity. Really is, who do you say that you are? What do your results mean for you? What are you working towards on a daily basis? And eventually, because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. And who you think you are, you will react according to that. So I hope that's made sense. I'll unpack it a bit more tomorrow. Have an incredible day, and I'll speak to you soon.